Okay, that timer you heard was my pizza timer going off, and I had to stop for a few seconds. But okay, so we have these two groups, and we have a test that allows us to say that they are reliably different, which means, I can make inferences about a group into the future, a larger population. Before I can run these tests on this SPSS, I have to, well, first of all, think about if the information I'm putting in is going to spit out anything valuable. And what that means is the information, the data must have certain underlying assumptions, or must meet certain underlying assumptions for the program to give you meaningful output. And the main ones are that the samples you've got are randomly selected. The variation within each sample is homogeneous. There's homoscedasticity, like the density of variations is uniform. And a really important one is that the data has not been influenced by other variables, these confounding variables. So, for instance, if the teacher was taking this survey in a room with other teachers taking the survey and he was listening to their responses, that would pollute or confound the data. But there are tests to filter that out too with SPSS. The first test you have to satisfy, the first assumption you have to satisfy for the t-test is Levene's test, and it tests for this homoscedasticity, this uniform homogeneity in variance. And when you put your figures in, you get a Levene score for conflict of 15.683 and for closeness of 4.954. Now this 15 seems high, and obviously higher than the closeness score, but does that mean anything? Well, there's another figure there called a significance or probability figure, and what that tells you is this F score, this Levene test for equality of variance, is it significant? Has that number occurred by chance, or is it a real significant thing? And in this case, that 15 is definitely significant, so that the rule is that you can't assume that the assumption of homoscedasticity has been fulfilled, which you might think, oh, that destroys my whole little test, but it doesn't, because SPSS also has an output that takes into consideration those groups that don't have uniform variation. And you'll see there's two lines there, one for equal variances not assumed and one for equal variances assumed. In this case, because the significance is less than 5%, 0.05, then you have to assume that the variation within boys and variation within girls is not uniform. So you read the data off for the actual t-score, and you get a t-score of